Okay, I'm here at a Step to Gold Ballroom, and we're talking about the basic bronze class, which starts next Tuesday at 6:45. I'm Melanie Dale. I'm here at a Step to Gold Ballroom in Pleasant Valley Promenade in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I have three beautiful men here, and they're going to ask some women to come and join this class. Believe it or not, we had more men than women last semester. And so I wanted them to answer questions that maybe you have about the class, or maybe you have about the ballroom, or just that you have about dancing in general. So the first thing is, I offered a bonus with this class. It was a $297 value, and it was called Master the Elements. And I wanted you to tell me, did you like it? Did you study it? And what did you like about it? This is Leo.
This is Leo, yeah. I started off with that. I did it. It was my assigned homework prior to my first lesson with you. And I went through all 5 of them. I think what you get out of it, what I got out of it immediately was, this is going to be easier than I originally thought, because I am the typical 2 left feet. Just so I'm here because I've got favorite daughter is getting married in a year. I have 2 boys and a girl. I get away with saying favorite daughter. And I did not want to be that guy that's just shuffling around like he doesn't know what he's going to do. And it's a bit intimidating when I've never danced. I'm 60-some years old. I've never danced, and I'm going to have to do it at the wedding. So, but it made it seem this is tractable. I can do this. So, yeah. And then the other thing I'll mention about it is you get into a little bit more complicated, the swing steps, even on that. And it's like, okay, triple steps, but you know what? I can do that. You break it down nicely, and you know, I'm a little klutzy to start with, but
You did really well.
no.
Okay, so Dylan.
Yeah. What I liked about Master Elements, I didn't look into it until about the 3rd or 4th class afterwards, but it gave kind of an eye opener, and I could process on my own. I could process it at my own time and my own method at home, which I kind of liked. It was very specific and went over. I had questions during the videos, but answered that as I kept following through the videos, which was nice. It gave examples, and they had some worksheets I could use to kind of remember my steps.
But that's kind of step-by-step basics, which really helped it along. I mean, more than anything. I mean, it made it so that dance, you know, when you're doing. See, people always having fun over here.
I know, there's a lot going on.
Always having fun.
Thank you, Leah.
Yeah. But it kind of broke it down bit by bit, so, that kind of intimidation factor was there when you first got into that class. It wasn't kind of something that hit you in the face and you were kind of stumbling to grasp. It was something that, you knew.
You didn't go into it totally blind and ignorant,
Oh, no, not
right?
at all.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's what I was hoping for.
even though, sometimes I was wearing, what's that called when you put on your blinders?
Blinders?
Maybe so.
Did you find it difficult? Did any of you find Master the Elements difficult?
No, it wasn't like an overwhelming amount of information. It was very specific on what it wanted to teach you at each step. Yeah.
You hand that one little chart out that shows I forget whether it starts with mechanical, technical, and then you start to, it becomes like riding a bike. I forget what the next muscle memory, you start doing it. And, you started out knowing that we are going to be very mechanical with it, and mastering the elements was okay, we can be that way. And,
Yeah, we can be a little stiff at first, but then after a while you get kind of used to it, and you're like, all right, I think we can move a little bit better.
Okay, how engaging was it? Did it keep your interest? Like, did it get boring, or was it easy to follow? And did it keep your interest on video because you weren't with a live person?
Yeah, it kept my interest. It would go over. I mean, it varied between going like at a slow pace and faster pace. And I like how you kind of included music that I could listen to or play with to kind of practice on my own.
And each of the five, they're short and compact enough and focused enough that you move through them and you're ready for the next one.
I think they're about 10 minutes each.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know they were that long.
10 or
actually.
12
Yeah.
minutes. Yeah.
And,
So-
and each one has like a bonus thing for the next step if you'd like.
Yeah, so show you how the elements apply to the dances.
It was really 10 minutes. It wasn't really 10 minutes. It did not feel
I
like
didn't
10
feel
minutes.
like, no.
What about the music part? Did you learn anything about music?
Well, with
Like
the
how to count?
yeah, well, I kind of had like a marching band background, so I could count with the beats. Instead of having stiff legs and feet, it kind of helped me kind of be a little more fluid with my steps, which I liked. But I did like the music because I could kind of practice with that, or even play and try to do the counts in my head before even trying to do the moves.
Okay.
And from working with me, I'm always trying to think, how does this fit in with the beat? I'm
you're
like you,
very
I have a little bit
inquisitive.
of
You have an
music
inquisitive
background,
mind.
so yeah.
Did you have fun doing it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was fun getting more past the intimidated portion into the more comfortable. I'm here to learn and have a bit more fun with it.
Well, don't you think it's intimidating for most men to walk into a ballroom?
Absolutely.
It didn't intimidate him.
See, I wouldn't say it's intimidating, but then again, having eyes on me is another kind of factor. But when you're,
Is it intimidating? Was it intimidating to you?
It's not so much like I said, you just don't want to be that guy that just doesn't know what to do.
But-
Walk up with a woman, you feel like you're at your 8th grade dance and it's the first time with a girl.
Did I help you
and-
overcome
Oh, yeah.
your nerves, being nervous, anxious?
You've mentioned it other times, just the confidence, that's where it's going to take
Okay,
you.
but when you
Yeah.
came in here, you were probably anxious. So did the environment help you? Did the studio environment make it hard or
No, it
easy?
made it easier. I mean, I had some. I probably overthought it a little bit before coming here, but my peers, the environment was it's friendly, and you're obviously gonna fall over, mess up a couple times, but that's part of that growing process. But everyone's very polite and here to help each other out and learn together, which I really like this class for those reasons.
when you're learning to ride a bike, you fall off a couple of times.
Yeah.
You get up. Hopefully, you're not too bruised up, and then you get right back on it.
But you're very good too with the beginners. You know how fast we can move, how much we can take in. I could tell you're monitoring me. Is he picking this up?
You're
Can I
the
push
slowest
him?
one in the class.
Can I slow? Can I slow? Do I need to slow the music down? Do I need to start that again? Can we move on to the next one? I could see you're evaluating me and what I can do, and you're adjusting to me. So that's working out good.
Good, you're the only one in the class, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Well, I thought since we had a big class, you might not be able to see everybody, but I think you do a great job looking at everybody, making sure everyone's.
I don't miss
No,
not
no,
miss
No.
She doesn't miss
anything.
Yeah,
I know
it's-
pregnant grammar. But
Yeah.
anyway, so how did that Master the Elements help prepare you for learning the basic bronze syllabus?
I got to kind of dip my toes with that kind of information, and kind of build kind of like foundation. I still kind of had other questions or more specific questions that get the answer on that, but I wasn't going in there naked,
It felt a lot more comfortable.
Yeah.
And knowing now what we're getting into, if we hadn't had seen that, and you had just thrown out here's the bronze program, and there's 5 levels, and I'm thinking of that chart you have on the wall, and here's all the things you do for bronze level 1. That might have been a bit intimidating, but going through the video first was like, okay, I can move into, I've got these 6 dances to work on, and these 6 steps, and these elements, and they all seem reasonable. So, yeah.
Good.
I'm able to learn one step at a time. I mean, I normally can't count up to 6, but
Yeah.
I usually like one step at a time is pretty good.
Okay, ladies out there, these men need partners, so come out next Tuesday. So what kind of things do you think dancing solves as far as what are the benefits of learning how to dance? I know you haven't had a lot of experience, but how do you see it helping you in different ways?
Well, I'd definitely be a confidence boost. Just kind of knowing you can kind of use your legs and feel a little bit better in situations. You know, you don't have to.
What situations?
Well, you know, if you're kind of celebrating something or you're going somewhere, you don't have to be that person that's up against the wall just eating food or drinking most of the time. Well, you know, I'm busy, I can't dance, but now you can really kind of participate and also enjoy it. You know.
Yeah, it kind of gives you that incentive to get out there on the dance floor, use what you learned, and maybe, you know, hopefully you don't break a tailbone or two.
And you met my wife the other day. You know, after 40 years, she tried to teach me to dance when we were dating before we got married, and now she said it took me 40 years to get him here. But that's going to be a benefit for me. She likes to dance. I'm sure we have a lot of, you know, female friends, partners who danced a lot more than we did, grew up with it, and for them now to have a partner who can keep up with them on the floor is going to be
It
great.
might even spur a little romance.
Yeah, it could.
I mean, it's one of those things like you build up that connection, right? You had that like human element to it.
I mean, you know, dancing is its own kind of language. You know, when you're on the dance floor with people, you know.
Beats
It's
doing
not
the
verbal.
dishes together too.
Yeah.
Beats doing the dishes.
Because it is one hell of a hobby compared to
Yeah.
Okay, so what would you say to people that are thinking about coming here to take the Basic Bronze program? Basic Bronze class?
I have a whole lot to say on that, but I won't let you guys go first. I mean, I can't say enough about this class.
Just be prepared to kind of learn. Keep being engaged and ask questions, and it will really pay off. The environment's great. The peers are fun to work with, and I really enjoy the teacher.
And
They also had some practice sessions that came with the class. So on Tuesday nights, we're going to have the class, and then afterwards, we're going to have a practice session. So there's more involved than just taking the class and going home.
Right.
You have a couple of times every other week to come out and practice. And some of you haven't come to the Friday night thing, but the Tuesday night is for beginners, and that's where you feel more comfortable. And yeah, I think that's a real plus, because you need to practice.
I mean, they say to learn something you need around 1,000 hours to master it, right? But for dancing, I don't think you need 1,000 hours to understand the basics. You just
Right.
need, you know, maybe 50 hours, maybe if that, to really get the thrill of it and enjoy it.
And it's been exciting to see the whole program you have has got me, you know, my initial objective was just to get through a wedding dance, but I've looked into this and said, I like this. This is, you know, you've got the levels with bronze, and I can see all the things I'm going to be able to add to this, but incrementally at my speed. Nothing looks too intimidating. And then it's inspiring. I forgot how you described the silver level with it's
Flash.
bronze but flashy, right? And it's like, I want to get to that now. You know, it's like now that
Really?
I've seen it, it's going to take me a while, but I'm inspired. You know, it was originally very defensive for me. I'm here just to get through a wedding dance, but now it's like, no, I have a hobby. So
Oh,
yeah.
that's great. You know, most men come in here because they're being drugged by their wives to come in here, and I would say 80 to 90% of them, once they get the basics, they feel like they can do it. They get so excited, and some of their female partners say, wow, you've turned him into a monster. All he wants to do now is dance. So y'all kind of relate to that.
The other thing you did good too was the videos that we took with you and the other gentleman as kind of a demonstration. They're only about a minute long, but you went through all the maneuvers for the steps you can do and the combinations for what foxtrot, waltz, and tango, and it was just it's inspiring. You know, I have it. I look at that and I go, can I make my promenade that smooth? And it's like, one day I will do it. One day, you know, right now, not.
Okay, so we want to invite you to come out and be part of this. And the more the merrier. We need some ladies. We could use some more men too, but ladies, please come. I hear women always complaining that there's no men to dance with. So you must know that we've got some really eligible dancers here and they need partners. So we'd love for you to come next Tuesday. That is November the 8th at 6:45. Please register in advance. And I think that's it. Anything else, you guys?
Just once you start rolling, it really becomes more motivating to just get more involved and keep layering those dance skills.
Thank you so much, John.
I mean, one thing I'll continuously say, like, it's a fun time, and every single time I come in here, it always makes me wanting more. And I mean, I know we're progressing, and you know, eventually we're all gonna be stepping towards gold.
Yeah, you're right, Kevin. You want to do better. You want to master that step and move on to the next combination. It just makes you want to do that. Yeah.
That's right. I didn't know it was so inspiring. Thank you. We hope to see you soon.